me. Talking about budget cuts. Now, every time we cut a budget, somebody gets kicked off a job. And all these jobs are people, they're school teachers, or people in Head Start, and people handling all kinds of jobs that affect people. And these are job cuts, but they also are people without jobs. So in terms of the whole driving force between getting you in office, you as Republicans in the office this time, was to get, where are the jobs? Well, then you're starting off with cutting jobs, it seems to me, and cutting them from the people who can at least afford it.
You're talking about the $100 billion in cuts in the first continuing resolution?
I'm not sure which part of it, but it's just, these are cuts that affect ordinary people with ordinary jobs, with ordinary concerns about people that are low-income people, children's Head Start programs, that kind of stuff.
What I think you were referencing is the $100 billion in cuts that the House sent over to the Senate. And that's part of the first continuing resolution that was proposed by the House. And let me just say this. We have a $1.6 trillion deficit. We are borrowing 42 cents of every dollar that we spend. And I would ask how many people think that's good public policy. Let's just start with that premise. I agree with you. I don't think that's good public policy. So now we've got to go through the challenge of prioritizing our spending at the federal level. And that does mean that there are going to be some decisions that are made that maybe people are uncomfortable with. But this is about reducing spending. And if you've had excessive spending over years to try to get back in balance, and remember we're spending $3.7 trillion a year, but we only have $2.2 trillion in revenue. The programs that you're talking about, good programs, effective programs, the simple fact is that as a nation, we can't afford to continue spending at the levels we're spending. So we're going to have to So we will have to continue making tough decisions.
Representative Guinta, I just have to say that we have the largest difference between the highest and the most wealthy people in this country and the least wealthy people in this country since the Great Depression. And we've just given a huge tax break to billionaires in this country. We now own more wealth than 98% of the people.
There'll be an opportunity later on if we get through this to take questions from the floor. Thank you.
I believe that we live in the greatest country in the world that provides each and every one of us with the opportunity to be successful. And it's up to us as Americans and individuals how we want to accept that responsibility and that opportunity. And I can tell you that my wife and I want to raise our children in a free country, in a country that we can hand over to them that is better than the ones that my folks handed to me. And right now I feel that that's in jeopardy. And I think many Americans feel that that's in jeopardy. This is a very critical time in our nation. And I understand that there will be some tough times ahead. We've just been through tough times the last couple of years. And now we have an obligation to fix the problems that have occurred, not just over the last 2 years, but over many years. And I'm not interested in blame, I'm interested in solutions. And that's what you're going to get from me. And maybe we won't agree on every single component of the things that we're doing, but each and every day that I'm in Washington, I'm looking for like-minded people, regardless of party affiliation, who want to put country first, who want to make sure that we have a country that we can deliver to our kids.
People first.
I want to make sure that we can deliver a country to our kids and grandkids that is solvent, that is strong, that is dynamic, and that gives them every opportunity that we've had. Now, let's all try to figure out how we can get there in a civil way, in a responsible way, and let's make sure that we're never in this situation again. I mean, not one person raised their hand when I asked, is it good public policy to have a deficit of $1.6 trillion?
We're wondering where it came from.
Bush Cheney deficit.
We're being like.